Hi friends, I'm Gita Sethi, strategic advisor, life coach, NLP practitioner and trainer. I welcome you all to my channel, Designing Life, Redesigning Minds, Beautifying Lives. I'm so grateful to have an inspiring conversation with Yateen Chodnekar. Here he talks about his professional journey and how he has scaled up his life, faced and overcome different challenges and recovered from an incurable health condition. Yateen has been providing business IT leadership to companies across different verticals for the last 27 years. He has been focusing on driving operations, HR, technology, and business enablement with improved customer satisfaction while reducing operational budgets. He has been grooming multi-country, multicultural team and supporting businesses across border. He is also a speaker and writer on various topics on IT and business internationally. Presently, Yateen is working as a Chief Business Process Excellence and Technology Officer at ENAM Asset Management Private Limited. He is the co-founder, CIO of YMC Advisors and Implementation Partners. He is also a joint director of YMC Organ Donation and Transplant Foundation. YMC Organ Donation and Transplant Foundation is a charitable, no-profit, non-government organization, and their mission is to promote organ donation and guide every human being who is suffering from end-stage organ failure. They are foundation partners with corporates, hospitals, and pharmaceutical companies to help end-stage organ failure patients and transplant patients to lead a better quality of life. As an author, he has written the books titled Your Winning Formula, the 21st Century Handbook on Real Success in Business and in Life. In this conversation, Yateen talks about the winning formula, the collection of frameworks to increase the chances of winning your goals. Life of CXO. My Fight with Debt. To purchase these books, contact Yateen Chodnekar at gmail.com or you can reach out to him at 96192 93241. So hi Yateen, welcome to my channel, Designing Life, Redesigning Minds, Beautifying Lives. And today I would like all our viewers to know more about how you have been able to design your life using your tools.
Superb. I'm looking forward for this engagement for next 30 minutes to 45 minutes, wherein I'll do my best to share how I scaled various challenges, how I won over adversities, and how I rebounded from the various troughs that I faced in my life. So I'm looking forward to have an interactive chat with you and do my best to do justice to the objective of this call.
Thank you very much. So yes, let's begin with the story which you would like to share with us. So you could maybe introduce yourself first and give us, more about how you have reached this level now.
My story is about professional experience is about 27 years. I've been working heading different roles, heading the technology in banking and finance industry, working for Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, based out of different geographies in Asia, and working with a close team across the globe. I have scaled up in life, faced many challenges, and till 2015, I reached the pinnacle wherein I was the CIO, managing 5 countries: Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, and India. At that time, I faced with a life-threatening jolt wherein I was diagnosed a very rare disorder called as idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. IPF is the short form. The word idiopathic means the world doesn't know why it has happened. And since they don't know why it has happened, there is no cure to it in the world. After diagnosis, they say that the person deteriorates rapidly and in 2 to 3 years, he goes to another world. In short, he dies. The last 1.5 years are pathetic, when he is bedridden, struggling for every breath. When we came to know about this, first reaction was, why me? Second was, I'm sure there will be something in the world which would bring us out of this challenge that or adversity that we are now faced with. All attempts were made across the globe through our contacts, but the answer was very simple. Yes, it is IPF and there is no cure, and live your life for next 2 to 3 years. We took it in a stride. I started working with 2 more engagements as a board member in full-time capacity. I told myself, let me rebound. At that time, I wanted to pen down my frame of mind and put in my experience, and that is the time wherein I wrote my second book, which is very relevant to this topic. I introduced my second book, Your Winning Formula. This book I wrote when I was diagnosed idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which is IPF. And I put my experience of 27 years, 25 years at that time to come out of these adversities. And this formula is a collection of frameworks which helps you to be better prepared for the goal, the task, the challenge that you have in mind. It helps you, right, to win, increase the chances of your winning. So the first step which I did and which I always advocate is first know the challenge that you have, know the problem that you have, understand the timelines, understand the complexities, be familiar with it. That will help you to better prepare what you need to do, how much you need to do, in what time frame, in what quality, with what resources. So the groundwork is understand, right, where you want to go, in what time you want to go, along with what all things you want to go. I will give you an example. If you have to scale a Kalsubai peak or a Mount Kailas, you understand the weather, you understand what all things you need to do, you understand the route, you understand the complexities, you understand the gadgets that are with you, you understand the weight you are carrying, and then you do some groundwork, some practice sessions, and then you start scaling. So that is the first step. Be familiar with the goal, the problem, the task that we have in mind. The second step, right, what you need to do is break down that into small, minuscule parts. So I gave you an example that I was diagnosed with IPF. So we said that, okay, I have 3 years of life. So I broke it down into multiple, small, right, segments of 3 months each. So first 3 months, I invested my time, energies to make sure that my finances are properly safeguarded. So that the second generation, this was preparing for a death. So my second generation, my family is not suffering with my sudden exit. So I wrote the will. I ensured that the nominees are there, joint accounts were made, right? All disclosures about what we have, what we don't have, where we have, how to record, password sharing, and all those things were put in place. So my dependency was eliminated. So as I said, the second step is break down, right, the time frame into different milestones, into different tasks, which you need to keep on accomplishing. So taking the example of IPF, my first 3 months I invested into better preparing my finances. Second, I started investing into who all are there, right, who are suffering from this. This terminology or this step of the framework, I term this. Build your external resources. I repeat, the second framework milestone is build your external resources, which means you understand from outside, has the problem been faced by others, how they have solved it, how they have overcome it, because the world is there for so many years, and the world is of so many people. Somewhere down the line someone might have experienced it, and that is a prudent way, that is a smarter way, rather than me inventing the wheel. You will get better ideas, you will get some innovative insights which will help you to come up with a solution which is leapfrogged, rather than undergoing the labor pain from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You can straight away jump to 4, 5, 6 and further build and take it to excellence. So the second step that I share with you is build your external resources. In continuation to the example of IPF, I also found out which hospitals, which doctors are competent and experts in this. Where can I get support? Is transplant the option? What are the pros and cons of the transplant? What are the expenses of the transplant? What are the success ratios of the transplant? What is life after transplant? Is it worth it? So all these questions, series of questions, we started researching and getting the answers. And all this I term under one bucket: build your external resource. At this juncture, let me also give you another parallel example which you can correlate. Assume that you have a goal in life, that I want to get a job in some firm, in some marquee firm which you really aspire to get. And you are getting the C-suite level job. You don't want to miss it. Now let's make that as your goal. And let's recall back the step 1 and step 2. The step 1 is understand the job description. Understand what is expected from that role. Understand, is there anyone else who did this role prior, or is it a new role? So understand the background for the role, in what time frame, what is the urgency, what is the budget. So all those things, you understand the opportunity that you have. You understand the goal or the target that you have. The second step is build your external resources. And over there, with this example, I would say network. Understand the culture of that organization, from your friends, colleagues, acquaintances. Understand the history of the organization. Understand, is it employee centric? Understand, what is the complexity? What are the challenges? What are the deliverables? Where does the organization fit into? So, and build your resources. Are there existing employees in that organization which you have connected already, which you have worked in the past? So that is building the external resources. Also understand that where does the position of that company stands, Are there any litigations in that? Are there any regulatory, pointers in that? That would help you, to build your external resources. The third step after you do the first step and the second step is build your internal resources. Now I'll take the two examples parallelly. One is the IPF, that is my medical disorder, and second is our goal of getting a C-suite job, so that you can take it into real life and correlate it in your life as well. So the third step is build your internal resource. When I'm saying internal resource, what it means is, we said, okay, now I would be bedridden. So what are the support systems that we need to do? How we need to reshape our house? We need to build a mini ventilator, mini ICU in the house with all the medical gadgets. So, ventilators, oxygen concentrators, BP machines. So we converted one room into a mini ICU. Why? Because my condition was going to be, we all knew that I will be struggling for each breath. I will not be in a position to even move. So we started gearing ourselves internally, preparing for our house to be in order. We started fumigating the house so that infections don't happen. We also found out that this is not a one-day thing, It is a lifelong thing till I survive. So how are the support systems? Say, for example, in my family, I'm blessed with one wife and two daughters, So daughters have their education. So who all need to give priority? Do we need external support? Do we need internal support? Do we need some relatives to back up? Because otherwise, when it is a long haul, 2 to 3 years, you need a relief. Otherwise, the support person would go mad, So if you burden the support person with day-to-day matters, then how will he invest time, energy, and focus? So we ensured that we built our internal resource. At this juncture, I am switching up into the next example that I gave, getting the job of a CCU. So building the internal resource means I started tuning my skills, competencies to the requirements of the job. So I started building what competencies are needed to be successful for the job. So I'm building my internal resource. what soft skills I need to prepare, what are the pain points and how I can address the pain points. So I started preparing for the interview from the interviewer's viewpoint. What is the interviewer looking for? So all those things, the internal preparation started. So this is the third step of my winning formula. I repeat the name of the book, Your Winning Formula. For all those who are keen in getting a copy of Your Winning Formula, can reach out to the details that Gita would be sharing, right, in the slide that will come. And I am more than happy to send a copy to you all. So continuing, right, after seeing and understanding the third step of Your Winning Formula, fourth step is to carve out, right, measurables, to carve out milestones. It is important to note, right, the milestones and the measurables. So let's take the second example now. The example of getting a C-suite job. So what are the milestones? What are the measurables? The milestones are: is my CV aligned to the job description? Right? Is my CV appealing? If yes, that is a milestone. Is my cover letter aligned to the requirement? Is my preparation aligned to their requirement? Is my preparation and whatever I am going to share? See, I might be expert in 1,000 things. They may not be interested in 1,000 things. I need to talk what they are interested in. I need to talk how I can fulfill their requirement. And that is the winning formula. So in the fourth right area, you need to put in measurables and goals. I'm switching back to the first example of IPF. So we started, doing that. Okay, 3 months. Have we done the bill? Have we done our finances? Okay. Next 3 months, have we set up the ICU? Okay, good. Have we put up internal resources? So we started, right, measuring all ourselves like this. Then as medicines doses started increasing, there was a lot of side effects. Now comes the story. From, right, 89 kilos muscular 6 feet person, I was shrunken to 49 kilos, which means I had only bones and flesh and skin to cover the bones. All my muscles, all my flesh was gone. And this is a side effect of IPF and the medicines, strong medicines that I was taking. A simple activity like sitting on a chair was impossible for me because my seat didn't have a seat to support the seat. I repeat what I said. My seat didn't have a seat to support the seat, which means I was landing on bones and my nerves, and it was extremely painful. Even if the seat was cushioned, right, sitting on a chair was impossible. I had to be flat on the bed. I couldn't even move in the later stages. Moving from one corner to another, one side to another, was a humongous task because my ribs, my bones were paining. Right, so I needed external support to just push me from one side to another. And all this pushing was along with the wires in my nose and mouth. You can imagine the challenges. And while doing that, oxygen levels used to dip to alarming levels. So everything had to be monitored. Bottom line, it was 24/7, 365, all the 24 hours in the day, all the 60 minutes in an hour, everything was just focused on the head. While saying this, so what I was saying was the fourth point is, right, once you have the milestones, mark the measurables. Fifth point of the framework is develop on and focus on execution. Focus on execution. Execution is the key for your winning formula. Be relentless on execution. Make sure that whatever you want to achieve, right, be persistent, be focused, put all your energies. Many times, let me take the second example. In an interview process, there is one interview, two interviews, it goes on and on. At times, there are 7 to 8 interviews if you are going to the C-suite. And many times, interviews last 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And they ask you to present various angles, dimensions, ask you to even do a town hall, right? Just to understand how the team is absorbing you, how you handle it. You need to keep your energy levels throughout the same, high energy levels. Right? You need to never lose focus and be relaxed and set back. That I have done 4 interviews successfully. Now let me relax, let me chill. Okay, I'm dealing with a junior. You never know what feedback goes. You never know who is doing what role. And hence, make sure that execution is spotless, execution is persistent, and execution is with full energy. Why do you do that? right? Sixth point and the last point is celebrate your wins, right? Small milestones as you achieve, learn to celebrate them. It's important because you get energy, you get recharge, right? After, right, you celebrate your wins. You pat yourself, you spend some time to pat your back, right? So that you gear up for the next milestone. So this is all about your winning formula. And believe me, trust me, if you follow this formula, you will soon realize that your chances of winning, right, multiply. You will suddenly find now you are winning your goals and aspirations more as compared to what you are doing before. And while doing that, you will find that miracles will follow. So, having said that, this was the book that I wrote, and my condition was deteriorating. As I told you, from 89 kilos, I was shrunk to 49 kilos. Towards the August of 2019, we all knew that transplant is the only option, and we all knew that transplant is very expensive. And my case was so complicated that doctor said there is only 10% chance of your survival even after surgery. I may take you on the table, but chances of you coming out successful from the OT, operation theatre, is only 10%. At that time, because we had built the internal resources, my wife put a step forward and said, even if there is 1% chance, we want to take it because we have put all our resources and we are here to win. Go back victorious, come what may. Rest all, we leave it to the Almighty. So, right, I was taken inside on 9th of October 2019. I underwent a bilateral lung transplant. Please note, transplants are complex procedures, and heart and lung transplants are the most complex. Survival rates are very low. Recovery time is minimum 6 months. Life expectancy is between 1 year, within 1 year of the transplant. 20% people die. Out of the remaining, 50% people die within 3 years. There are reasons are various. So the point is that life expectancy post-transplant is not all that high. But in my case, because of God's will and preparedness and the winning formula, the research that we had done, so many miracles follow. People have to wait for 6 months to 1 year to get their transplant. I got the transplant in only 4 days. The transplant that I got, for any type of transplant, maybe lungs, kidney, heart, right, or liver, there are 12 matching criteria. Because organs are very rare, if more than 5 matching criteria match, the surgeon goes ahead with the transplant. Because it is impossible to match 12 out of 12. The more the matching criteria happen, more the criteria match, the rejections chances reduce. You all will be happy and surprised to know. In my case, all the 12 criteria matched. Doctor said this is impossible. This only happens rarely in twins. Please note, the person who donated his organ was a 26-year-old and my age at that time was 46. So the chances of twins was also not there. Please note, how did I get the organ in 4 days? This is another miracle. As I said, I was operated on the 9th of October. On the 4th of October, one of my very close friends visited the hospital. His name is Pankaj Bade. He owns a company in Pune and he traveled to Mumbai and visited us in the hospital. Many people visited us in the hospital and everyone seeing me in the ICU, right, used to cry because they knew Yateen is now only for 1 or 2 weeks more. They went back. On the 5th of October 2019, they gave a call to my wife and said, we are in Sri Ganpati Temple, Mahaganpati Temple in Ranjangaon. It is a nearby village. It is one of the Ashtavinayak Ganpatis. And they said that we are doing the morning puja, right, for Yateen. Can you believe? On the 5th evening, a driver from a nearby village called Shirur was driving to Pune and he met with a fatal accident in front of the Ranjangaon temple. He was taken to Dinanath Hospital in Pune and declared brain dead. His family decided and agreed to donate the organs, and I got the organs in only 4 days. More than coincidence. Somebody decided and everything started falling in place. And as I said, when you follow the winning formula, miracles and destiny stands right next to you. Everything starts supporting you because you are committed. All your focuses, all your energies, right, all the positive energies aligned to make your wish successful. There is a concept called as pranic healing. And pranic healing talks about concentrating the cosmic energy, the positive energy inside you for you to heal yourself. Right? It's the positive frame of mind. Yes, I can do, which helps you to achieve right what you want to do. And there is a lot of miracles that follow. This is a classic case. I was also right. Healed by a pranic grandmaster, and all these composite things, well wishes, best wishes from different people, helped me to fight this battle. So to come back, I was operated. Doctor said only 10% chance. I said 1% chance. Please go ahead. When surgeon came out, he said, I don't know what happened. Everything started falling in place. Please note, prior to the operation, for 4 days, I was with 140 plus CO2 levels, carbon dioxide levels. When the levels increase more than 100, the person goes in coma. Like that, I fought myself for 4 days with 140 plus levels. All the medical fraternity was surprised to see, why is he not going in coma? How is his body fighting? What is keeping him moving? Right? This is all part of, somebody has decided and it's just happening. So the point is that he said, the surgeon came out and said, the operation is successful. Post the transplant, normally the patients are kept for 21 days in super ICU because the organ is to settle, right? If there are any complications, they have to settle. I was moved out of the ICU in only 4 days. Can you believe? I just stood up. Right? My recovery was phenomenal. Normally, patients are kept for 3 months. I was sent home in 21 days. Just see, 21 days. Right? These numbers resonate with something. Ganpati temple. Right? Here I'm not preaching about, but when you believe in any form of energy, right, the energy stands by. It says, don't worry, I am behind. I am with you. I will take you, right, to help you to win over adversities. And for me to be successful, energies from all religions. There are people praying namaz, offering namaz for me. There are people from Canada, Australia, and UAE who are doing special service in churches. Their priest used to do video call for me, and he used to bless me and do some healing. The point is, everyone was alive. As I said, build your external resource, build your internal resource. So with that, my recoveries were fantastic. And then came the point. We said, in Jan 2020, we said, we were so lucky. And God is with us. Why not make other people lucky? So we started a foundation, YMC Organ Donation and Transplant Foundation. I repeat, YMC Organ Donation and Transplant Foundation. The details of the foundation, Gita ji will display it on the slide. This foundation is, the sole purpose of this foundation is to save lives, assist the process of saving lives. We help all type of transplant patients. We help organ failure patients. We do counseling. We connect them with surgeons. We connect them with hospitals. We connect them with pharmaceuticals. The motive is to reduce their expenses, to put them in the right hands, to answer their questions so that they can take informed decision. Having said that, so far, in the past 18 months, we have managed to save 109 lives, which means 109 lives are now given second chance of life. And this is not stop. It will keep on increasing. The point I'm trying to say is, there is a saying, the saying is in Marathi language, Denar ani det jawe. The person who is giving, continue giving. The person who is taking should continue to take. While the process of taking, you take the hands of the giver, which means he should also start giving. I was blessed, I was lucky, I got second chance. Now I am making other people happy. I am making other people get the second chance of life. This is the essence of life. What I'm trying to tell you all in your professional world, also in your individual capacities, learn while you are doing this, while you are in the rat race, while you are capturing wealth, generating wealth, multiplying wealth, keep in mind, give back to the society. So remain grounded. And that would help you, right, to be more satisfied. And most importantly, every day's sleep will sleep peacefully. While you do that, also give gratitude for someone, some almighty, the people around you, for making you successful and happy in that day. Accomplish what you did in that day, so that the next day would start with a positive note. So that is the initial things which I wanted to share, Geeta ji. I leave it to you to ask me any questions if you have.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I'm so amazed, and I also have those beliefs that how destiny made us meet or connect. So I give first thanks to Manish Jain, and then of course my gratitude, my thanks to you, and sharing these steps and the learnings which are going to help all of us to apply to our own lives. It's just not only for professionals, but even students, anyone who is going through anything in life, how to live a great life and make it happen for others. So I think it's an amazing conversation I'm having with you. And I would be very happy to also know a little more about your professional life now. Currently, you're working, and how is it helping you to achieve your goals?
Sure. Right now, currently, I am working with ENAM Asset Management in the capacity of their Chief Business Process Transformation Officer. I'm looking at all the business verticals and support verticals, redesigning their processes and transforming it for us to be successful and recapture the leading position for the next 5 years. So my job is to transform. My job is to pump energy. My job is to set up processes and ensure the adherence to processes. So that is me in my current capacity. While I speak, right, there are few producers who have approached me who want to showcase my story in front of the world. So that is work in progress. Stay tuned. Within 12 months, you will see, right, something in the Bollywood and Hollywood coming in my name.
That would be an amazing experience, and it is going to be there forever for all the generations to come, and it will cover up a huge number of people to relate to it. So yeah,
definitely,
extremely thankful. And anything else would you just like to give to us? You've already been giving and giving. And
definitely,
anything else you would share?
Sure, I would definitely want to share that all this was possible because of excellent support from my family. See, in professional lives, what happens is we take our loved ones for granted.
Right.
We take our family for granted. We spend 12 hours in office, and once our energies are drained, we go to home, right, only to crash, eat food and crash.
Yeah.
We hardly have a dialogue, right, and share feelings with our loved ones. They accommodate us, and we do it 5 days, 6 days a week, and Sundays all the pending works are there. So you hardly have any time, a family time, a quality time. So my suggestion to you is have a balance in life. Do not take your close ones for granted, because jobs may change, but family will remain the same. And these are the people who like you not because you are successful, but who like you in all your forms. Even if you fail, they will be next to you. Even if you win, they will be next to you, always giving you support. So in my case, in these adversities, always my family has done a phenomenal role, because for me, I was a patient. I had no other choice, but they had a lot of choice. They chose to sacrifice everything and unify and fight together for a common cause. We have to bring Yateen back. There was a slogan which we all used to say, for us, marna mana hai. Marna mana hai. We cannot afford to die.
Yeah.
Right. So the family played a very important role in my life. And my request to you all is spend quality time with them. Do not take them for granted. Build relationships, because friends and families are there for life. They will charge you. So make sure that at periodic intervals, right, you spend time with your parents, with your friends, with your family, and have a balance in life. So that is the extra thing which I want to share, right? And on the closing note, if you allow me to close it, I would say that my principle of life now is nirbhaya, nirguna. Nirbhaya means be fearless.
Yes.
Having faced death for so many times, what to fear now?
Yeah.
I'm fearless, right? So I'm a straightforward guy doing things in a straightforward manner. I'm fearless. And nirguna means, the literal meaning of nirguna means beyond limits.
Okay.
Beyond limits. So do something which is beyond your limits. Don't confine yourself within your limits. I'll give you an example. The foundation initially was helping end-stage organ failure patients and transplant patients. But many times we used to get cases, the common cases for cancers, and we have helped more than double-digit number of people, right, where gone cases, of cases for different type of cancers, and we connected them to the best surgeons, right, oncologists, right, in India, and now they are living second life. So the point is, go beyond your limits.
Yes.
The whole perspective of this movie in Hollywood and Bollywood is to make people aware that life is limitless. Do not leave your hope, right? Regain your energies and fight and come victorious. Follow your winning formula.
It's definitely a winning formula, and I'm very, very thankful to you. It's going to be amazing learning for us. We are going to get motivated, inspired, and we should definitely apply in our lives. That's what I pray that all of us gain out of it. Yeah, thank you.
Every conversation matters. I conduct one-on-one coaching sessions as per your agenda to achieve your outcomes. Think, feel, and act. For more details, email us on gita@workofdesign.com. And know more about how you can design your life with your own tools. To watch more such videos, please like and subscribe to my channel Designing Life, Redesigning Minds, Beautifying Lives. Stay healthy and be blessed always. Thank you.